Hey everybody, once again it's your boy the Invincible Chef. We're back at it again. And guess what? Today we have something very simple, yet tasty. Do you ever think about when you're gonna have a meal and you have pork chops and things like that? Where does that come from? Well, guess what? It comes from the side up here on the pig called the loin, where the baby back ribs are centered. And this tenderloin portion is the top part that you can shave off the baby back ribs. It'll be really thick, really meaty, or just enough to hold that shape and make them delectable. But this piece of meat, once removed from the bones, is very tender. It can be used for a variety of things. You can go ahead and smoke it up tender and use it for tacos. You can pull it, or you can smoke it solid and you can slice it into almost like steaks. Pieces of tenderloin that are very delicious and have good texture, nice and chewy, and they're very delicious. I'm a big fan of pork loin, and one of the things that I learned about when I started to cut the meats up into different portions and learn about the different cuts of meat is how versatile the pork loin is. So what we're gonna do today is take one that's already been removed from the bones, and we just have the nice, tender, meaty loin portion, okay? I've already taken the liberty of trimming some of the fat cap off, but for instructional purposes, I'm gonna do a little bit of that here, score the top, put the rub on, and go ahead and throw it in the smoker. Nice, easy peasy lemon squeezy. This is something that if you don't have much time, but you want to have a high-end, tasty meal for any of your people or guests or party or celebration, go ahead and get yourself a pork loin. Season it up, let it marinate, and then go ahead and throw it in the smoker. It doesn't take that long to prepare. It doesn't take that long to smoke. But what you end up is tender, delicious goodness right there, whether it's by the slice or whether it's pulled into shreds. So first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna take our knife and we're gonna tend to the rest of this fat cap, because the thing is, you wanna have some there that you can use to render, all right, and insist in the tenderness and the juiciness. But some of it is membrane that once after it's cooked is gonna be a little bit tough for you to chew. That is the outer part. So we're gonna get rid of that right there. You see I'm trimming, light strokes, close to the meat, okay, and with a very sharp knife. And all you gotta do is pull on the lip of that fat and it comes off, really easy. Do the same thing here, starting at the edge of the loin. Gotta slice and get up under that bad boy, and then reveal the lip. And then that way you can go ahead and slice away. If you pull away a little bit of meat, that's fine, just a little. But you want to make sure you get the excess of membrane out of the way, because you don't want to be bothered with that as far as when it comes to eating the meat. You don't want anything that is going to be tough to chew, and it takes away from you savoring the tenderness of the loin. Pardon the pun. So you see, as I run this across there, it just pulls that membrane back. This is the same thing like akin to what we do when we strip and clean ribs of membrane, because you want to reveal that loin with just a little bit of fat there for character, for flavor, and for juiciness. But you want to get rid of the membrane because you don't want that interfering with your chewing. They call that silver skin on these large cuts of meat. But what I do is I go ahead and score and cut across that. Then I can peel it back. And there may be a little bit of meat in there, like I said, but when you do that, it's not going to be a major problem because it's not going to be thick chunks of meat taken off. It's just enough to ensure that you're not having to fight with that silver skin once you're going ahead and savoring this cut. So we go ahead and get this part right here. And once I get that taken care of, we're gonna score it really quick. We're gonna season it, and then it goes right to the smoker. There, so we got most of that silver skin gone. We're gonna leave the fat connected to it for flavor and juiciness, and we're gonna go ahead and go to the rub. So, like I always say before, season from the wrist, not from the elbow. So you take the seasoning and let it cascade down onto the cut of meat. Just drop it down there. Let gravity take care of it, just like falling snow. You want to get a nice even coat, because what you're going to do is you're going to rub this in, and rubbing it, as you can see those chunks of that coarse ground sea salt, okay? What that is going to give you the abrasive texture that scores the meat and the membrane, so that it'll allow that smoke to penetrate and allow that flavor to go in really deep, because ultimately that's what you want the people to look forward to. Because when you do this, you get deep, continuous flavor throughout the entire piece of meat. And then the flavor ends up being, like I said, in the chew and not just the bite. So I go ahead and I rub this bad boy just like that. Okay, so now we have it settled. So we have what we need for a bark. And then I'm gonna grab some Worcestershire sauce, shake that on there so we can go ahead and break that down. So my favorite that I like to use, being parents, no endorsement yet, but what we're gonna do is show how we can coat that. It darkens up the rub, but what it's doing right now is starting to already break down the rub, to dissolve it. When it does that, it seeps directly into the meat. And when you have that seasoning seeping deep into the meat, you're gonna have serious flavor once you get it off the smoker. So we got rid of our excess of fat cap and membrane. We got it seasoned up nice. Once again, I'm gonna go ahead, score it a little bit so we really can let that flavor get in there. When we're done, you get that little scoring in there so we can open that up a little bit, just like you do with a pork shoulder or something. You got a nice sharp knife. You can run those slashes across it. They'll go deep, but they won't open too wide. But it's gonna get that flavor all the way in there. Take advantage of a little bit of that rub and marinate this on the board. Boom. Now we have a fully prepared pork loin to go out on the smoker. So what we're gonna do next is head on out, put it on the smoker, and let Walter L work his magic. And then shortly after that, we'll be back to show you what it looks like. Slice off a couple of pieces, maybe even have a taste, but let you know what the pork loin experience is supposed to be like. There's always people that try and do things, but then there are those of us who know what we're supposed to be doing. I would like to be one of those people and share those secrets with you so that every time you take your shot, it comes out right, and then it makes your party or your event a success. So let's go. All right, everybody, we're back. We got it done. Simple assignment, pork loin. We got it in here, got it seasoned, got it marinated, got it scored. We took it out there to Walter L and he ran some good smoke through it. So check it out. Nice, juicy, tender. You can see where the flavor and the smoke is deep into those scored parts of the meat. And that's what we're looking for. We got the nice texture from the grill marks or whatever from the sitting in that smoker. And what we're gonna do is let this rest for a while because you don't wanna cut this right away. But I wanted to show you what it looked like up close and personal. Look at that flavor across the top. Look at the depth of that flavor. There's even a light smoke ring across the top of the scoring. This is what you're looking for when you smoke a soft fillet or a piece of meat like a loin, because you wanna get that flavor in there. Because a lot of times people will cook these and they will dry out. And you want to be the person that avoids that kind of drama. But the best way you can do that is consistent preparation. Make sure it's clean. Go ahead and rub it down and then put in the smoker, nice consistent temperature. Smoke this one between 225 and 250. And over the time we had it in there, it worked out wonderfully. So you too can do this with a pork loin or any of these cuts of meat. Just take your time, follow the steps, and enjoy the result. Once again, I'm the Invincible Chef, showing you how to barbecue the invincible way. You can do this too, and I hope you take a try.